There's something they haven't told you, something no one dares to say out loud. If you've ever wondered why you feel so alone, why you carry a weight that no one else seems to understand, it's not by accident. The truth is, being chosen isn't a blessing, at least not in the way you've been led to believe. You've been sold a lie. Being one of the chosen ones, it's not about glory or constant spiritual enlightenment. It's about isolation. Deep, soul-crushing solitude. The kind that leaves you questioning why you were marked for this path in the first place. Here's the secret most people are too afraid to admit. The more you awaken, the lonelier you become. The higher your frequency, the further you drift from the crowd. It's not because you're broken, it's because the world can't handle your light. You wonder why people are drawn to you but can't stay. Why you always feel like an outsider, no matter how hard you try to connect. That's the dark side of being chosen. The universe has set you apart, and while that sounds powerful, it comes with a painful truth no one prepares you for. Most people will never understand you. But this isn't a death sentence. No, this isolation is part of the plan. Your pain, your solitude, they're shaping you for something far beyond what others can comprehend. It's not about being surrounded by people. It's about being aligned with your cosmic mission, even if that means walking alone. For now, this is where the real journey begins. If you've been feeling like you're missing something, like you're on the edge of a deeper truth, you're not wrong. The universe is holding something for you, but you have to face the darkness to unlock it. Ready to find out what's really going on? Imagine walking through life feeling everything, not just seeing the world, but absorbing its energy, its pain, its chaos. Chosen ones do exactly that. Their heightened awareness isn't just a gift, it's a burden that many can't even fathom. They don't just witness suffering, they feel it, as if the world's turmoil pulses through their very soul. The spiritual chosen ones walk among us, yet live in a reality far deeper than what most can comprehend. It's overwhelming. They sense the vibrations that others are blind to, constantly bombarded by energies most people would never even notice. But here's the dark side of being chosen. That constant flood of emotions, it isolates them. They feel everything, while others remain blissfully unaware. Imagine sitting in a room full of people and feeling their hidden grief, their anger, their unspoken fears. It's suffocating. The more they tap into this heightened sense, the more distant they become from the everyday world. And who can blame them? How can you explain this unseen weight to someone who can't even feel it? They carry the cosmic burden of understanding, and yet they can't always change what they see. The loneliness, it's inevitable. You wonder why the chosen ones often seem to be alone. It's because their connection to this deeper spiritual realm makes it hard for them to relate to the ordinary. They're living on a higher frequency, constantly processing energies that others are blissfully ignorant of. It's a lonely road, one filled with silent battles, unseen struggles. Yet in this solitude, they're forced to continue forward, for there's always another layer of truth waiting to be uncovered. Ever notice how some people seem to cling to you, feeding off your light, yet giving nothing in return? It's like they're drawn to your energy, but instead of offering balance, they just drain you. This is the reality for spiritual chosen ones. They walk through life radiating a vibrational light that others, subconsciously, are desperate to tap into. The problem? Most people are stuck in lower vibrations, unable to match the frequency of a chosen one. And this imbalance, it leaves the chosen ones feeling utterly depleted. You've likely met these energy vampires. They come to you with their problems, their chaos, their emotional baggage, expecting you to carry it all. It's exhausting, right? Chosen ones often feel like they're a lighthouse in the middle of a storm, attracting people who seek refuge but never offering anything in return. Over time, this creates emotional fatigue, a deep exhaustion that wears them down, making it harder and harder to maintain meaningful relationships. How can you build connections when all people want is to siphon your energy? But why do chosen ones struggle to find someone who gives as much as they take? The reason is simple. Most can't handle the intensity of their energy. The cosmic truth is that only those who vibrate on a similar frequency can offer them the reciprocal energy they need. Until then, chosen ones are left navigating relationships that drain more than they give, leading them further into isolation. It's no wonder they often feel so alone. Living in a world where everything vibrates on a lower frequency can be unbearable for chosen ones. They exist on a higher plane where the intensity of energy is magnified. Every joy is more joyful, every pain more painful. It's like being tuned into a cosmic radio station that others can't hear, making them highly sensitive to the energies around them. This sensitivity, it can be both a blessing and a curse. While they're able to perceive and understand so much more, they also feel the negative, chaotic energies that constantly clash with their own. Have you ever felt drained after just walking into a crowded room? Imagine that, but amplified. For chosen ones, everyday interactions can be overwhelming. The noise of the world, both physical and emotional, clashes with their elevated state, pulling them down into an energetic struggle they never asked for. This is why chosen ones often withdraw. They retreat, not because they want to, but because their spirit needs protection from the chaos. The dark side of being chosen is this constant battle to preserve their own energy, while the world around them pulls at their vibration. And yet, this isolation isn't necessarily a punishment. No, it's a form of self-preservation. The chosen one's presence in the world is a beacon of light, but that light needs to be guarded, nurtured. The world doesn't always resonate with their higher frequency, so they must find solitude to maintain their energetic balance. But even in this solitude, they know they are not truly alone. Their spiritual dive leads them to deeper understanding. Imagine knowing deep inside that you have a cosmic purpose, a mission written in the stars, but with no clear path, no instructions, just a sense of responsibility weighing on your shoulders. This is the reality for chosen ones. They feel that they're here for something greater, yet the steps to fulfilling this destiny are shrouded in mystery. It's like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. The uncertainty, it breeds self-doubt. How do you move forward when you don't even know which direction to take? Chosen ones constantly question themselves. Am I on the right path? What if I fail? The pressure to fulfill this divine purpose becomes suffocating at times. They look for signs, they follow their intuition, yet there's always that lingering fear of making the wrong move. And the world, it doesn't make it any easier. While others are busy with their daily routines, the chosen ones are wrestling with questions of destiny, of legacy. It's no wonder that fear creeps in. But despite this fear, the chosen ones must keep going, because deep down, they know their mission is too important to abandon. Yet here's the thing. While the universe may not provide a manual, it always gives subtle clues. chosen ones learn to trust the process, to let their intuition be their guide. Every setback, every moment of doubt is part of the cosmic plan to shape them, to prepare them. They may not have all the answers now, but they sense that their path will unfold in perfect timing. Chosen ones don't just carry the weight of the world, they carry deep wounds from their past, scars that run deep into their soul. These wounds are not just emotional, they're spiritual. To truly embrace their role in the universe, they must heal. But healing isn't easy, is it? It often means confronting pain they've buried, facing memories they've tried to forget. And this process, it demands solitude. Only in isolation can they dive deep enough into their soul to cleanse those old scars. The journey of self-discovery for a chosen one often begins with this painful process. It's during those quiet moments, away from the noise of the world, that they can finally confront their past. They reflect on what has hurt them, what has held them back, and slowly they transform that pain into wisdom. It's like taking an old wound and turning it into a badge of honor, a reminder of how far they've come. The dark side of being chosen means facing that pain head-on, without distraction, and emerging stronger for it. But healing isn't just about surviving the past, it's about preparing for the future. As they heal, chosen ones begin to attract people who resonate with their new, higher frequency. They cleanse themselves of the past to make space for new, deeper connections. The isolation may feel heavy, but it's also a time of powerful transformation. Through healing, they turn pain into strength, and that strength will guide them as they step further into their cosmic mission. Chosen ones often find themselves in a role they never consciously chose, being the go-to person for everyone's problems. Whether it's friends, family, or even strangers, people are drawn to their energy, seeking guidance, comfort, or healing. But here's the harsh truth. Being in constant service to others comes at a cost. While they pour their energy into helping those around them, they often forget to nurture themselves. Over time, this self-neglect leads to burnout, emotional, physical, and spiritual exhaustion. Have you ever felt like you're always the one people turn to when they need something, but when it's your turn to need support, no one's there? That's the reality for many chosen ones. They give and give, but rarely receive. It's as if their purpose is to heal others, but who heals the healer? The dark side of being chosen lies in this endless cycle of service without replenishment. Without balancing their own needs, they risk losing themselves in the process, drained of the very light that makes them unique. The key to surviving this burnout is simple, yet difficult. Chosen ones must learn to set boundaries. They need to step back, recharge, and remind themselves that self-care isn't selfish, it's necessary. After all, they can't fulfill their cosmic mission if they're constantly running on empty. Only by taking time to rest and heal themselves can they continue to be the light that others so desperately need. And as they recover, they discover the strength to continue, knowing that their mission isn't about sacrificing themselves, it's about finding balance. For chosen ones, isolation isn't just a phase, it's a crucible, a place where they are forged into something stronger. In solitude, they confront their deepest fears, face their inner demons, and emerge with a resilience that most people can't understand. It's in these moments, alone with their thoughts and emotions, that they build the emotional armor necessary to withstand the world's chaos. But here's the secret. While this resilience is powerful, it comes with hidden scars. scars that no one else sees, but that shape them deeply. Solitude is both a refuge and a battlefield for the chosen ones. On one hand, it gives them the space to heal, reflect, and recharge. On the other, it's where they face the harshest truths about themselves and the world. They learn to survive in silence, building strength that others mistake for emotional detachment. Yet, beneath the surface, they carry wounds that are far from healed. This is the dark side of being chosen, becoming so strong that others forget they still need support, still need love, still need connection. But even in this solitude, they're preparing for something greater. The chosen ones know that their path is not about avoiding pain, it's about transforming it. The emotional resilience they gain from their time alone is what will carry them through their spiritual mission. Though the scars are hidden, they serve as a reminder of their journey and of the power they've gained along the way. Yet even with this resilience, they can't help but wonder, will they ever find someone who truly understands? Love for chosen ones isn't something that arrives easily or on their terms. It's something orchestrated by the universe, carefully timed for when they and their future partner are energetically aligned. This waiting period can feel like an eternity, as they long for a connection that matches their depth and frequency. But here's the thing. If they rush into relationships before the universe has aligned things perfectly, the result is often imbalance, heartache, and more emotional exhaustion. The spiritual chosen ones must trust in the divine timing, knowing that love will come when it's meant to. Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, you just can't find someone who understands your soul? That's because for chosen ones, love isn't about surface-level attraction. It's about finding someone who resonates with their cosmic purpose. They often feel an immense sense of loneliness, watching others easily form connections while they are left waiting. But this waiting period, it's not a punishment, it's preparation. Both they and their future partner are being shaped, readied for the kind of deep spiritual connection that will elevate them both. When the universe finally brings that person into their life, it will be worth the wait. This connection won't be like anything they've experienced before. It will be a meeting of souls, a partnership that not only brings love but also aligns with their spiritual mission. But until then, chosen ones must continue to trust the process, focusing on their own growth. Because when the right person comes along, the energy will click effortlessly, and their path together will be clear. Chosen ones often find themselves thrust into leadership roles, not because they seek power, but because others naturally look to them for guidance. Their energy, their presence, just seems to draw people in, and they lead not with ego, but with an intuitive understanding of what needs to be done. However, this creates a unique pressure, balancing leadership with the constant need to rely on their intuition. It's exhausting, isn't it? The weight of making the right choices while trusting their inner voice often leads to emotional fatigue and self-doubt. Imagine the internal dialogue. Am I leading them down the right path? Is my intuition clear, or is fear clouding my judgment? These are the questions that chosen ones battle daily. They walk a tightrope between logic and spiritual insight, always questioning whether they are making the right decisions. The world expects them to have all the answers, but the truth is, even chosen ones get lost sometimes. The dark side of being chosen means shouldering the weight of leadership without always knowing if they're on the right track. But here's the thing. Their intuition, though sometimes doubted, is their greatest gift. Chosen ones are guided by an inner compass that is rarely wrong, even if it feels unclear at times. By learning to trust this inner guidance, they can lead with both wisdom and compassion. The emotional toll is real, but it's through this balance of leadership and intuition that they fulfill their cosmic purpose. For chosen ones, the depth of their insight often feels like both a gift and a curse. They see the world through a lens that few others can understand, feeling the profound truths of existence that most people are oblivious to. And this depth, it comes with a heavy price, profound loneliness. While others may be content with surface-level interactions, chosen ones crave deep, meaningful connections that resonate with their soul. But those kinds of connections, they're rare. This emotional and spiritual isolation leaves them feeling disconnected from most people, even in crowded rooms. It's hard to explain the feeling of being surrounded by people yet feeling utterly alone, isn't it? Chosen ones experience this often. Their understanding of the universe, of energy, of the law of vibration sets them apart. They long for someone who can meet them at their level, someone who truly sees them. But most people live in the shallow end of existence, unable to dive into the depths that chosen ones explore daily. This is the dark side of being chosen. The more they know, the more isolated they become. Few can match their frequency, leaving them searching for those rare souls who can. But this loneliness isn't a reflection of their worth. It's a testament to their depth. As they continue their journey, they will find those who can meet them where they are. But until then, the isolation serves a purpose. It sharpens their understanding, deepens their connection to the spiritual realm, and prepares them for the meaningful relationships they seek. Solitude for the chosen ones isn't just a space of emptiness. It's a sacred gift, a time when the universe prepares them for something much greater. While it may feel isolating, even painful at times, this solitude is where their spirit is refined, where they are molded into their highest self. Every moment spent in isolation is part of the cosmic plan, a divine preparation for their ultimate mission. It's in these quiet moments that they come to terms with their purpose, learning to trust their own voice and align with their inner power. This time alone is not a punishment, it's a preparation. Think of it like the calm before the storm, when the universe aligns everything for what's to come. The chosen ones might feel restless, even frustrated by the solitude, but deep down, they sense that it's leading somewhere. Their cosmic wealth, their gifts, their wisdom is being sharpened in this time apart from the world. And though it feels like a long road, each step forward brings them closer to fulfilling their destiny. The isolation, it's merely the forge where their greatness is born. This solitude serves a divine purpose. It prepares the chosen ones to step into their role fully, to embrace the mission that the universe has set before them. They emerge from this isolation not weaker, but stronger, with a clarity that few others can claim. The loneliness they feel now is only temporary, for when their time comes, they will share their light with the world, and the people meant to join them on this journey will appear. You see it now, don't you? The path you've been walking, the isolation you've felt, it all has purpose. It's shaping you into something more, something most people can't even grasp. You've been waiting for others to understand, to meet you where you are, but here's the truth, most won't. And that's okay. You're not meant to blend in. The solitude, the challenges, it's all part of the preparation. You've been chosen for a reason, and the sooner you embrace that, the sooner you'll tap into your true potential. But here's the part most people miss. All this pain, this loneliness, it's a gateway, a doorway into a reality where you finally take control, where you start creating your own world. You've already seen the signs. The universe has been whispering to you, guiding you. The question is, will you listen? It's not about waiting for the world to catch up to you. It's about stepping into your power now, letting your energy, your vibration lead the way. You've already felt that pull, haven't you? That quiet sense that there's more going on than what you can see.